Good morning, everybody. Congratulations on beating Munich traffic, getting here today. Well done. That was not easy. It's great to be here and talk about augmented reality in the industrial enterprise. I'm not the only one talking about that. You can see here a couple of recent white papers that were authored. One by ARC, focusing on a lot of the manufacturing scenarios where AR can make an impact, manual assembly, servicing of machines in your factory. Aberdeen Group also recently published one where they talked about the impact that AR can have on your organization and clearly differentiated that impact for best-in-class organizations. As Julia said, as you've heard many times over the past couple of days, in the industrial world, in the enterprise space, there are lots of challenges. There are challenges related to a worker skill gap, and I'll come back and talk a little bit more about that. Our world is becoming more complex. The products that we're servicing, the way that we create those products, no longer is everything mechanical. It's electrical, it's mechanical, it's got software. Everything is instrumented with sensors. So educating people and keeping them productive is an increasing challenge. And at the same time, our customers are demanding differentiation. They're demanding immediacy. So there's a tremendous amount of pressure on manufacturers today. This worker skill gap is a particular problem. This is the study that the host referenced before I came on stage. This was done recently, and you see along the bottom of the chart some of the challenges, right? The cost of training, the challenge of an aging workforce, and that institutional knowledge leaving our companies, walking out the door. There are challenges with traditional training methods. Typically, I would imagine most of your companies train new employees by letting them shadow an expert. It's very expensive, lowers the productivity of the expert while they're training, and sometimes takes months and months and months. I talk with companies all the time that say we'll spend 4, 6, 8 months having somebody shadow an expert. And then we continue to struggle with this perception that manufacturing is an old job, it's a dirty job, it's a non-technical job. And I think that a lot of what I'll talk about here today can help address some of these challenges. I'm with PTC, and at PTC we think about helping your company create value in 3 different ways. We create value by helping you with your products. So more and more today, products are becoming smart and connected. They're instrumented with sensors. They're connected to the web so that information can be used to help us better service our products and better improve our products in the future. We can help you create value by improving your processes, right? We all know about Industry 4.0, the impact that can have by providing us greater operational insights. But today, I'd really like to focus on people. I want to talk about smart connected workers and how they can create even more value in the industrial enterprise. There are actually 3 ways that augmented reality can help them drive value. First of those is by increasing productivity, by helping make them more efficient, by giving them the right information at the right time to do their job. Now, to do their job more quickly, but also to do their job more effectively, to eliminate quality issues, to reduce waste and scrap and rework and all of those kinds of things that eat away at your company's profits. And the last way that AR can help, and we see this all the time, is by supporting initiatives around safety and compliance, by helping them do their jobs in the right way so that they don't get harmed and that you maintain the requirements that you have around maybe regulatory compliance, for example. We've done a lot of research, worked with about 500 companies now to get a real good sense of the economic value that augmented reality can deliver. We all know it's cool. We all know it's fun. We all know it's exciting. But the economic value, where it can make a meaningful impact on the bottom line, is really what I want to talk about today. So in the area of manufacturing alone, we've identified the value drivers. Specifically, the largest one, as you can see, is reducing unscheduled downtime. But there are other factors here as well, right? There's waste and there's safety and compliance show up here again as well. And we've spent a lot of time thinking about how AR can actually make an impact on those particular value drivers. And this is true not only in manufacturing, But augmented reality has the potential to fundamentally change the way we do everything across the entire value chain. It has the potential to impact engineering, manufacturing, sales and marketing, and of course the way that we service products that are out in the field. And what this says to me is that this is truly an enterprise play. This is a transformative technology, and in order to be successful here, you want an enterprise AR suite, collection of capabilities that all work well together to address all of the value across the value chain. Now, we're here today. A lot of you are AR savvy, let's say, but we still have a lot of education to do with the broader world, with the broader market, helping them understand the impact that AR can have. As you can see here, it's a fundamental difference in the way that we might work. And at PTC, we develop a suite of products under the Vuforia brand that help with exactly that problem. These are tools that are built to help you transfer knowledge. They're built to help you reduce the time that it takes to train new employees and to make people more efficient in the work that they're doing in general. The Vuforia Enterprise AR Suite looks like this. So there are capabilities, if I start on the bottom, to help with product visualization, very common in the sales and marketing types of use cases. I want to take a complex piece of machinery. It might be huge, it might be very heavy, it might have lots and lots of different configurations, but I want to bring it to my customer. I want to bring it to a trade show and make sure that people understand all of its features and functions. We have great capabilities in our Vuforia Studio product. Maybe you've seen them at an AWE event before or elsewhere that help with communicating 3D work instructions, providing very precise, very accurate, engineered procedures to help people understand how to take care of equipment. But there's a lot of knowledge in people's heads. So recently we've introduced a tool called Vuforia Expert Capture, which allows experts to very easily, seamlessly capture what their knowledge is and then make that available to others. And then finally, we have a tool for remote assistance that we call Vuforia Chalk. We've been working on these tools for quite some time, and we're very excited to be recognized as a leader in the AR market. ABI Research is about to release a report. This is actually the second industry analyst report that's been released. One was released in the summertime by a company here in Germany called Technology. ABI is about to release theirs, and both of them show PTC as the clear market leader as it relates to technology and driving value into the industrial enterprise. What does that value look like? Well, it comes really in four ways. The first is around productivity, right? This point around the retiring workforce. The idea that more than half of workers could be retiring within the next 1 to 2 years, leaving millions of jobs unfilled. Well, by capturing and documenting their knowledge and scaling that knowledge throughout the enterprise, we can provide a lot of value. And our tools are making it 10 times faster to do that. How do they do their job? How well trained are they, right? Dealing with this skill gap. Even if you have all the workers you need, the world continues to get more complex. How do you keep them up to speed? Well, with faster and better training, we can help improve their effectiveness. We all know that mistakes are expensive, right? We want to do everything we can to eliminate scrap and rework and to get complete confidence in our products and in our processes. And augmented reality can help reduce errors by as much as 30, 40, 50%. And then finally, there's customer satisfaction, right? There's this demand for immediacy, this demand for response, this pressure on you to differentiate. In a moment, I'll show you a nice example. Actually, right now, let me show you this nice example. This is a company that's doing exactly that. This is a company called Howden. This is a video that we made with them and Microsoft for the HoloLens 2 launch, and they're using Vuforia technology to differentiate their products. They make industrial pumps. Industrial pumps have been around for well over 100 years, and the theory behind them hasn't changed much. But they're taking advantage of PTC technology and Microsoft technology to provide the operator with operational insights into how the machine is performing. He's presented with alerts. He can deal with those alerts, investigate them, and then do something about them. Maybe order a replacement part, and even, for simple service scenarios, figure out how to self-service the product himself. Another great application is at BAE Systems. They're based in the US and in the Northeast, and they make batteries for electric hybrid drive buses. They're also using PTC technology, but in this case, to present augmented 3D work instructions. So this woman's job is to put these batteries together, put them together in the right combination, the right configuration of plates and spacers. And every one of these batteries might be different. So it's important that she get accurate instructions that can guide her through her process. She'll tell you that she can do her job 50% faster, and her boss will tell you that he can train new people 30 to 40% faster by taking advantage of mixed reality technology. Now, this problem around knowledge capture, this is a new area for PTC. We recently introduced a product this summer called Vuforia Expert Capture. And this product is really, again, about passively capturing the knowledge of experts, enhancing that knowledge, and then scaling it out to all of the people that need to be trained. So it's a phenomenal new piece of technology, and I'll roll a quick video here that will introduce it to you.
Industrial manufacturers are expected to face millions of unfilled jobs in the next decade. Their ability to leverage existing resources and improve productivity has never been more important. Now is the time to evolve how workers access and learn critical information, to reduce scrap, rework, and training cost, and save manufacturers tens of millions of dollars a year. That's why we've created Vuforia Expert Capture. It's the fastest, easiest way to create powerful step-by-step instructions that help frontline workers get their jobs done quickly and accurately. Knowledge is easily recorded without the need for existing assets or causing disruption to high-value workers, and used to create step-by-step instructions highlighting safety precautions and relevant locations. Content is easily fine-tuned, published, and managed through a secure SaaS-based environment and automatically optimized for viewing on Microsoft HoloLens, RealWear HMT1, and mobile devices. Augmented instructions are easily accessed by new or reassigned workers, increasing efficiency, accuracy, and safety. New skills are learned on the job, cutting training time and costs. Safety warnings are presented at the moment they're relevant, reducing the risk of injury. Workers follow location markers to successfully complete the required steps. Each step of the procedure can be documented and analyzed to improve efficiency and compliance. Vuforia Expert Capture from PTC. Transforming the way manufacturers reduce waste and enable a safer, more productive workforce.
So as I said, this product was introduced this summer. It was available for basically about half of our fiscal year, and it was a huge contributor to the growth that PT saw in the industrial space. Our business just about doubled last year. So it was a pretty exciting advancement, and I'd love to tell you more about it. You'll notice most of those examples show digital eyewear, showed a HoloLens. Our technology is available across all devices. So devices that are viable in the industrial environment, everything that we're working on, works on those devices. So there are a lot of benefits, hopefully, that you can see in the short talk that I've presented so far. But one of the challenges is really quantifying that value. So this year, we've been working a lot on helping people really understand, what do all of these business benefits that you see here, what do they mean to my business? And we've developed a very structured approach that we've repeated many, many times now. And I'll show you a couple of examples of what that impact looks like. So the first one we'll look at is a high-tech manufacturing customer. So this particular customer, they had some key business goals. So we sat down with them and we understood from them what their business goals were. And then we also understood what the current state is. How do you work today? What are your processes like? And as a result of those processes, what are the metrics? What's the impact in terms of, in this case, they cared about unscheduled downtime and they cared about scrap and rework. And then by applying the knowledge that we have by working with over 500 companies, we calculated the value that the Vuforia suite could have on their business. And this is not a calculation that we did on our own. This is collaboration with their office of the CFO, where we jointly formulated an opinion on the impact the technology could have. And you can see exactly where the value comes from. Overall, it rolls up to a $40 million annual savings per facility. They've got dozens of facilities. Now, that's at 100% utilization. So let's say in the first year we only get to 20% utilization. How does an $8 million savings per factory sound to you? Probably sounds pretty good. So we took this approach and we repeated this approach again and again and again. So maybe you're an industrial machine builder, and maybe your interest is less about machine uptime, but it's more about service costs. So here's a similar calculation where we formulated a point of view on just about $1 million of savings. And here we're really focusing on how much time do we spend traveling, and are there other ways to communicate without having to roll a truck and spend the money on an airline flight. Maybe you work in an automotive OEM. So here's an example where we really focused on machine troubleshooting and creation of standard operating procedures, which I told you we can do 10 times faster. So you see the savings here of about $11 million. And there are literally dozens and dozens and dozens of these. So what I would encourage all of you to do is, before you think about what AR technology do I want to use, let's talk about the value. Let's talk about the problem, the solution, and the value, and then get you started right off the bat with the right solution so that you can go achieve a quick win, go build upon that, and scale into the future. That's the point of view that PTC would show up for these discussions. Now, in the last couple of minutes here, I thought it might be interesting to share with this audience some of the things that we're thinking about in the future. If you accept this idea that augmented reality will transform the entire industrial enterprise, with technologies like this impacting all of the different departments, all different elements of the value chain, then I would argue that what you really need is an enterprise AR solution suite. I think you need to be careful about choosing a bespoke solution for this use case and a bespoke solution for that use case, because as you scale, you'll want those things all to work well together. And that's what we're doing at PTC. So in order to do that, we've got to do a few key things. One is embrace the idea of the digital thread. Leverage information that has come before us, information from engineering, information from service planning, information from manufacturing. Make sure that we have up-to-date and accurate information that is change and configuration managed. We've got to embrace the idea of a digital twin. You've heard this topic discussed here at this conference, probably other places, but the idea of combining the virtual prototype that we imagined in design with the experience that our products are having in the market, the environment where they're working, the sensor values that are coming off of them, the customer that bought them, and the last time they were serviced. All of that information contributes to the digital twin. And by leveraging that, we can drive tremendous value. Augmented reality is a lens upon that digital twin that can drive value in all of these use cases we're talking about. In order to address these use cases, we need a broad combination of functionality. We need different content sources. We need support for different types of devices. If you're in a sales and marketing use case, you want people to experience your product, can you deliver that on a HoloLens? Probably not a good idea. Most people don't have one. So you need to support phones and tablets. However, if you're working in a factory, it's really hard to do my job if I'm holding a phone or tablet. So there's a lot of different combinations of capabilities that need to be brought to bear and all work well together. I would argue that you want a solution that's built on a scalable enterprise architecture, something that will grow with your business, something that is secure, and something that offers you a very, very low total cost of ownership. And it should be built on the industry's leading computer vision technology, which is the Vuforia engine. And then finally, in order to get that value, it's got to be fast to deploy, it's got to deliver a fast time to that value in order for you to get the economic benefits, and it's got to be easy to use across the board. So those are the types of things that we're thinking about. And on that easy to use point, I often say the world knows how to create web apps. We know how to create mobile apps and desktop apps for sure. But most people don't know how to create a highly usable augmented reality app. And you see this all the time. There's information overload, there's poor color choice, there's lack of contrast. So at PTC, we have some of the world's experts on this topic. And what we're doing is we're building that knowledge into our products. So when you use Vuforia software to create an AR experience, you don't need to worry about getting all of that knowledge. You saw in the expert capture video where we're drawing people to the right location. That is a user-centric designed approach that we know works very effectively. you shouldn't spend your energy figuring that out. Let the software do that. You focus on what you know, your content being presented this way. We also believe that you need flexibility, right? There are many, many different sources of content, different types of content that we want to communicate with augmented reality. Those capabilities need to be able to work interoperably. Remote assistance is not a particular task. Remote assistance is a capability that should be available in many, many, many different scenarios. Inviting a remote collaborator for a design review, or supporting a field technician with an expert. Those are all different scenarios where this remote participation is key. And it's got to work on all the devices, not only the mobile devices, but devices like your desktop. And it's even got to be embeddable inside of your own app. Of course, the device topic is a popular one, as you can see in the Expo over there. At PTC, we're very proud of the work we've been doing with Microsoft. We were featured at their launch event in Barcelona with this pump from Howden, where we will be one of the first when those devices ship. Our technology is actually all ready. It was ready last September, and it's ready for you to take advantage of as soon as you get your device. Gesture control, eye tracking, all of that is taken advantage in our technology. And again, it works out of the box. You don't need to figure out how to program eye tracking. It just works out of the box with the PTC solutions. And we're looking at many other devices. We're working with the folks at Google and keeping an eye on a lot of these other devices. And really, our criteria is feedback from the market. Will these devices work for you? We're a software company. Our goal is to deliver valuable software that works on whatever device you choose. And we believe strongly in separating the software from the device. If you want to use a HoloLens today and a Magic Leap tomorrow, we want our software to support both of those and that to be a seamless experience for you, because the hardware market is still changing so quickly. There's so much to be done there. And then finally, we're also, most of the examples you've seen here today are related to augmenting things, augmenting objects. We're also doing a lot of research around augmenting spaces. And this is very important because we're focused on the industrial enterprise, and industrial enterprises generally have factories, and they're generally pretty big spaces. So we're thinking a lot about technology that will allow us to capture a digital equivalent of the factory by scanning it, and then use that digital equivalent to author and then present, locate content that is relevant to improve factory operations. So that's just a glimpse of some of the things that we're working on. What I hope you take away from this is that there's a very broad collection of technology that's been informed at PTC by our customer base of 28,000 customers. We are not focused on gaming or entertainment or shopping and commerce. Those are interesting applications for AR, but our domain is the industrial enterprise, and we believe there's a tremendous amount of value to be unlocked here across many, many use cases, many, many verticals, whether it's discrete manufacturing or process manufacturing, whether it's field operations of your equipment. And we think that we bring a unique point of view to the market. No other vendor in the AR space has the knowledge of 3D CAD, of lifecycle management, and of IoT that PTC does. So while our system is open and you can use many different types of tools, it's built to work with those tools to drive value for you. So with that, I'll wrap up. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I thank you for your time here.